We got some breaking Broncos news for all of you watching right now as Sir Lewis Hamilton from Formula One, you might have heard of him before. Well, he's going to be joining the Broncos ownership group. He is the sixth person to join the Rob Walton Penner-led group that's going to be formalized in just about a week or so. So we're going to break all this down. Plus, could Peyton Manning be number 7? Well, I'm going to keep trying to talk it into existence, whether or not it's got a lot of facts and truth behind it, which we're going to look at some pretty interesting quotes that actually believe you to, or at least lead you down the path of Peyton Manning joining the ownership group in some capacity, some way or another, hopefully sooner rather than later. But let's look at the growing Broncos ownership group here. Of course, led by Rob Walton and his son-in-law and daughter, Carrie Walton Penner and Greg Penner. And then recent additions, Mellody Hobson, Condoleezza Rice, the most recent one to join before Sir Lewis Hamilton. It actually is Sir. I'm not just being fancy schmancy for you guys watching. He was knighted by the Queen of England last year, somewhat recently ago, for his accomplishments in Formula One and, driving. So he's a knight. That's a pretty badass thing. You can't lie about it. He is Sir Lewis Hamilton. But here's what the press release from Rob Walton said. We're delighted to welcome 7-time One World Champion Sir Lewis Hamilton to our ownership group. He is a champion competitor who knows what it takes to lead a winning team and a fierce advocate for global equality, including in his own sport. With over 100 race wins, Lewis is considered the most successful F1 driver of all time. His resilient spirit and standard of excellence will be an asset to the ownership group and the Broncos organization. Now, happy for Lewis Hamilton. I mean, I don't know how much he really knows about football. I really can't speculate, but I don't know if he wakes up Sunday morning to watch, NFL mornings, NFL football every Sunday across the pond. But he does know a thing or two about winning. So for that, I'll take that page out of his book because he's definitely proven he knows what it takes to go to the top and stay at the top. Now, I personally don't watch a ton of Formula One racing, but I'm curious if you guys do, because there's the awesome Netflix series, The Drive to Survive. Maybe you've seen it before and you've learned to love Lewis Hamilton. So let me know down in the comments section if you watch Formula One. You can probably let me in, let me know what, Lewis Hamilton is really like as a person and whatnot. Heard great things about him, but I don't really keep up with Formula One. So let me know what you think down below. Now, Russell Wilson was one of the first to congratulate Lewis Hamilton, or Sir Lewis Hamilton, I beg your pardon, for joining the Broncos ownership, tweeting at him, "Congrats at Lewis Hamilton. Winning is a habit." Now, Russ and Hamilton actually know each other a little bit. Do you remember when a couple of the big J's in Denver a month or so ago were really upset that the nerve for Russell Wilson to travel in the offseason? He went to Monaco for the Monaco Grand Prix and met up with Lewis Hamilton. Now, I don't know if during that meeting they were talking about him joining the Broncos ownership or if this was just Hollywood stars getting together because that's what they do. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, Lewis Hamilton tweeted out himself about joining the Broncos ownership. Thought that'd be good to share with all of you, saying, "Excited to join an incredible group of owners and become a part of the Broncos story. Honored to work with a world-class team and serve as an example of the value of more diverse leadership across all sports. Roscoe already thinks he made the team." And then he included a picture of his dog, Roscoe, wearing a Broncos jersey and a Broncos bandana. 11 out of 10. Perfect doggo already, and now it's really just been enhanced. But what's your dog's name? My dog's name is Cruz. We all learned Lewis Hamilton's dog name is Roscoe. So take an opportunity right now to be a part of the show. Let me know what your canine's name is, and I'll throw some of those dog names on a future Broncos breakdown, so light up the comment section with our furry friends. Now, as for some actual hard-hitting news right now, a lot of the lingo and verbiage you're seeing is all future, right? It's joining and excited to be a part of it someday. Well, that someday is going to be August 9th. That's when all the NFL owners will officially approve this sale. It's going to be approved. That's not a story. So it'll actually happen on August 9th. So when you probably see those storylines in a week and you're like, wait, what? That's why it has to be officially approved by all the NFL owners, which they all said, we can't wait to approve this. It's going to happen. Now, next up on the show, could Peyton Manning be joining the Broncos ownership group? This has been something I've been a pretty big advocate for. If you've watched some recent episodes and whatnot, when it's come to the ownership news, I would love to see the sheriff not just stay with the Broncos, but be in a big position to help keep improving this team on the field and get back to what they looked like in 2015. So if you want Peyton Manning as a Broncos owner, make sure you subscribe. I can't say it's a guarantee, but why leave it to chance, right? Little Birdie told me Peyton watches the show, and for all the subscribers that's going to come across this episode, he's going to be more inclined to join him. He said it, not me, right? Fact right there. Now, if you're already subscribed, you can go ahead and comment 18 down below. That way he knows all of Broncos country wants to see him stick around at Mile High. Now, like I said, as for Peyton Manning, could he be the next Broncos owner? There's been a lot of rumors and whatnot about Peyton being in the development and the talks of joining this alliance, as Woody Page put it. He wrote an article about this we shared with you guys a couple weeks ago, but let's bring it back. Peyton Manning is expected to join the alliance, and one of the partners among the losers of the auction bidding could be invited to be a partner. One source says Michael S. Dell, creator of the Dell Computer Company and a co-partner with Rob Walton in Hawaii resort development, may participate with the Broncos. Well, I don't really care about the Dell part right now, but I do care about the Peyton Manning part because, let's be honest, there's no one out there that would not want Peyton Manning involved. Now, the caveat is there room for Peyton and Elway? Or is the town not big enough for two sheriffs? You know, that's where you might see there might be a tiny bit of a price for Peyton Manning joining the ownership or the front office in some measure, because it would be a little tough if you had two legend quarterbacks butting heads about the direction they want to see this team go and personnel movements and all that good stuff. Now, before we get to what Peyton said himself about joining the ownership group, I want to tell everyone watching about a great deal happening right now at Fanatics, because they've got an awesome t-shirt combination on sale, 40% off. Now, they were low on stock when I was looking just the other day. They revamped it, so they got all the sizes available for everyone. When you go to chatsports.com/Broncos combo, which that link is in the comments and the description of today's show, click that link, get yourself not one, but two Broncos t-shirts on sale thanks to this combo deal. Let's go back in time. October 2021, Peyton was asked about joining the ownership. Here's what he said. People are obviously interested. They're curious. I care because I live here and I go to the games, and I want to know what's going to happen like everyone else. But I have no relationship or agreement with anybody. My question is, why hasn't it happened yet, right? We have seen one person after another join this super league of the Broncos ownership group, from, Condoleezza Rice to Sir Lewis Hamilton. Why hasn't Peyton been a part of this ownership group? I can't think he doesn't have enough money, right? He's got to be rich enough to be able to join. If you're seeing Sir Lewis Hamilton, who I'm not knocking, doesn't make enough money, right? But Peyton Manning, it's Peyton Manning. Like, he's got to have the dough. He doesn't have to go in between couch cushions to get enough coin to be able to join this group. I think there might be something a little bigger on Peyton's side, whether he wants to join ownership, right? That's not something you can casually dip your toe in. It isn't like joining up with your brother Eli to do Monday Night Football, and then after a year you go, yeah, that wasn't for me. Now, if you join ownership, you're going to be linked to that for a long time. So maybe he has his sights on other stuff, and he doesn't want to get tied up with ownership. I sure hope he does join the Broncos ownership in some capacity, because he's the smartest football mind, I think, to ever walk the earth. For what he was able to do in terms of the noodle arm he had in 2015 and still win a Super Bowl because of what he had between his ears, I'll take that every single day of the week. And I think everyone would be in agreement. Peyton being a part of the ownership, a part of the front office, Peyton working in concessions for all I care, is a good thing. Now, before we get on out of here, as always, if you have made it to the end of the video, you're the end of the video squad, comment, let's ride, right? As Russell Wilson says, Broncos country, let's ride. Dude's corny, but we love him because he's super duper 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 good at football, so we'll take the let's ride. So comment, let's ride. down in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Send it to a friend, by the way. If you're watching this and you know you've got some Broncos friends looking for more YouTube coverage, hit them up, youtube.com/Broncos TV. That way they can stay in the know and we can join and grow this Broncos YouTube channel.